Hi.
Howdy.
We have somebody that's in disguise.
Paul's
We
invisible
got
tonight.
Tina, Nana, Dale, and
Raney.
somewhere down there we got Paul's Kitchen.
Paul's Kitchen. I
Yep.
think that needs to be like a channel, doesn't it?
Right?
Yeah.
And our other guest, Paul's
What's for
Kitchen.
supper?
What are you doing, Paul?
What are you doing?
I wonder if he's even got his speakers turned on where he can hear us mouthing them. So, I don't know if we got. I don't. Looks like we don't have anybody in here yet.
Everybody's
I
out
gotta
enjoying
turn
the
mine
pretty
down a
day,
little bit.
probably.
Oh, now we got two. Yeah, I was kind of wondering if we ought to switch times up a little bit or not, since coming in summertime, people being out doing stuff on a Saturday
Yeah,
afternoon.
we thought about doing some things out in the yard, but
We've been out here all day.
I've been in and out all day doing stuff in the yard, messing
I
around.
have slept almost all day. I still feel kind of crappy.
I was going to
Ooh.
say, yeah, you didn't look very good the other night.
So, yep. Yeah, you looked a little flushed the other night.
Oh, I
So.
felt terrible the other night.
Oh, there's Lynn. How you doing?
Hi, Leanne.
Why is my phone not coming up with nothing?
I don't know. Why ain't it?
I don't know. It's way behind.
It's probably operator error.
Well, that could be
Ugh,
too.
I do have a lot. Operator
Yeah,
errors.
we've been
A lot.
an old wood pile that I got out of here and got it hauled over so we could burn it. I don't think we're gonna be burning tomorrow. I think it's supposed to be windy again, so we'll probably hold off. And
I'm gonna say it's pretty breezy here to be lighting a fire.
yep,
Here too.
yeah, and it just kicked up this afternoon. This morning earlier when we came out, it wasn't bad at all. As the day went by, it started getting more and more. So,
All right. Went through and gave everybody a thumbs up.
yay!
One of these days we'll find out where Paul's at.
Hey, James,
James.
welcome
James,
in.
Hi,
Oh,
James
y'all.
Hall, y'all.
So we're kind of sitting, which a couple videos back we started a greenhouse. We're sitting in the greenhouse as far as we've got. But I don't know now if it's going to be a greenhouse.
We may wind up just making it into a.
I think like a little gazebo or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Blackstone in here and some the table, a couple little chairs and stuff. It's not, big or
great
nothing,
big.
but this will be nice.
At least put a door on it to where we can keep the dogs out while we try to eat.
That would be a good idea.
Troy.
Hey, Troy Sutton.
Hey, Troy, welcome in. So, but yeah, we've been getting after it all day. Between Tina's been mowing, of course. Then she decided to not pay attention and hook the cable up into it.
Don't tell them because it's gonna make a great video.
Bowen's here.
I had
Hey,
a
Bowen.
oopsie with the lawnmower.
Tina is.
Can't see. Like I said, nothing's coming up on my phone. I don't.
Let me pull chat up this way here.
I went through and hit thumbs up on everybody, Troy, James.
Lynn's asking if those are your vehicles in the background. That's Eric's truck in the background. Lynn.
Yep, that's my pickup, my excuse me, my tractor, our side by side, and then my dad's trailer. One of these days, I'll get my own flatbed trailer. I got a little 6x10, which is handy as all get out, but tractor won't fit on it.
Like I said, we got that and we're like, woo, we got a big trailer. We was all tickled and everything. And then we go somewhere else Everybody else pulls them with their trailers. It's like, oh, ours is a baby.
Yep.
Like, it's so tiny.
Well, you
look
know,
at that cute little thing.
wintertime you could just say it's just cold outside. But we get,
Hi, Tim and Dana.
Arlene's here too. And there's the jar. Hey, weirdos.
Hi, Arlene.
hey, welcome in. Glad you're here.
We went up to a little bitty tiny store. I went up there to grab Lisa.
I needed ice for my iced coffee.
You know, we can't
Coffee
freeze
is
our
not
own
coffee,
ice, you know.
I don't like the taste of my own frozen ice.
She definitely wouldn't like the ice from our place.
Yeah, we can bring you some of our. We can make some ice and bring it to you in a couple weeks. Too.
Yeah.
Let you try ours.
Lots of maple.
Anyway, so I run there and they had old-timey licorice,
Ooh.
Yeah.
Walnut Creek Foods.
But
Cherry.
it's cherry licorice.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't like black licorice.
Very
So
nice.
he grabbed a little bag of those.
And I'm a licorice nut. I love chewy stuff.
A couple years ago, we got this nice little ice maker.
Hey,
Hi.
hi, Paul.
And Dale
Yeah,
keeps
Dale's
saying that
rough
he's
lad.
got to, tear it apart to see if he can get it going again, but he just hasn't done it yet.
Mm-hmm.
We know how that goes.
So I'm still waiting on that.
Hey, how many times do I have to tell you? Just because you tell your husband to do something or he says he's going to do
There you
it,
go. You said you was going
if
to
I
do it.
say I'm going to do something, you don't have to ask me more than
I've
like
heard
once
this
every
before.
6 months.
Exactly. Exactly.
You don't have to ask him every 6 months either.
Nope.
Mr.
Hi, Paul.
Oh,
How's
Hi,
it going?
Mr. Paul.
glad you're here.
We're wondering if you was wearing this invisibility cloak or what you was doing.
I left you a note. It didn't send. Here's my note.
I'm going to check the cow and I will be back.
Hey, look, Paul's back.
I love it when that happens. I love technology.
Technology is great.
Technology.
Uh-huh.
Hang on, I got to get something to cover up that white 5 head of mine.
Hi, Barb. Benjamin Rickers.
Hi, Barb.
Hey, Chris, how's
Hey,
it
Texas
going?
Raiders in the house.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Arlene.
I'm gonna wear my Chris Texas Ranger hat.
Woo-hoo.
Nice.
Mike Briley, howdy. I gave it from Mike Briley, Rembrandt, Iowa.
Hi, Mike.
Nice.
Welcome in.
Welcome in. Glad you're here.
Welcome in, Mike.
I don't know how long that conversation went, but I had something to say about the bush hog drive shaft.
He
Oh.
was listening.
I have
It
gotten.
wasn't very long. It's just that it was really awful.
I have had some of those that were stuck and had reasonable, decent luck getting them apart. But sometimes you even have to heat them, and you'd think that'll mess with them, but usually not really. The thing that really messes with you is if they've been twisted. If they've been twisted, they're almost impossible to get apart. But 90% of the ones I've took apart, why they were stuck is because they had dried grease in between.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we've had several of those that were the square ones, not the kind like you've got, but the square ones. You'd take them out and you'd scrape all the grease off of it, and then you'd be like, I wonder if it'll even fit. And you put it in there and let go, and it goes clunk. It goes all the way together. And you're like, didn't I just have 200 horsepower tractors pulling on this thing trying to get it apart?
Well, the worst ones are like what Eric has, those metric triangles with one flat.
Yep.
Is some of them they put like it's supposed to be a coating to keep it from slipping.
And when that gets wearing,
where it will slip, it's supposed to wear on it. And after it sets out in the weather, that stuff starts growing and bubbling, and like it gets rust underneath it. And like you can use it to pull out stuck dozers and stuff. It will not come apart.
We had one of those that was that
Mhm.
way. It was on a disc mower, so it wasn't very long. And we heated the whole thing, and it actually melted that rubber in there. Is how hot we had it. And
wow.
and we figured out that it had wore part of that in too, and then it was like trying to double up when you pull on it.
Yep, that's what happens. So sometimes you can take that and then grind all that stuff off.
Yep.
Put it back together, but then it gets all loose. It's like wiggly jiggly and
Needs a lot of grease in between it then.
like I say, sometimes you're better off just to throw that in the scrap metal and go get another new cheap one.
Yeah.
I went to an auction today. They had a really nice brush hog, but I was so aggravated I didn't even stay. I went to see a side-by-side sale.
Yeah.
And it was it's a no-name brand thing. It was one of those probably made for like Tractor Supply or something. I can't even remember the name on it. Benechi or something like that. And it was probably closer to Eric and Tina than me. It was at it was 5 miles from Jerry Butler's house.
Oh wow.
So and the guy just before you get to Jerry Butler's probably sold it new there, the guy that's the LS dealer that deals in those Dukes tractors. And the thing only had like 300 hours on it, and it was over 10 years old, and it brought $5,600.
Oh my!
What?
No kidding.
And you know, there was a couple guys sitting there that I was talking to said, "Well, Wally Kasner sold them whenever they were new, and he probably only got
Lauren,
5,000."
welcome in. There's Rebecca. Welcome in. And Regina, howdy.
Hi, Lauren.
Look at you all over there in the chat.
We had to see it move. It's like, oh yeah, we better pay attention to that.
Yes, Lynn, I did see your last comment, honey.
We'll use our own link, Lynn. Thank you, though.
But
I'm getting ready for 10 Killer.
You are?
I am. You know what I'm going to do at 10 Killer?
Hang out.
Absolutely relax
Ask
and visit.
everybody, what are you doing?
I'm going to sit down in my new chair.
Woo-hoo!
Nice.
And I don't know why I ordered it. They knew my name when I placed the order, and they put Coleman's name on the back of it.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
They sent you the wrong one.
They sent you
You
the
better take it
wrong
back.
one.
I was like, oh, the color choices is red? Okay, I'll take one.
What did we pick? Did we
We're
pick?
setting.
We
We're
ordered
actually
from
sitting
the
in
store.
our chairs for there.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I ordered me one. Last year I didn't take any, and I caught Jesse and Lisa both standing up. So Nita and I sat in their chairs. Worked really good for a little while.
We ordered us a couple new ones off of Amazon, and they're supposed to be here by Monday.
I told Jessie she can sit on the ground.
That one came off of the electronic bay.
Electronic bay.
And says we're so excited for
I keep wiping this freckle off my face right there, but it's on my screen. It's better.
Yeah, I need to clean my screen on my laptop.
I was gonna say my glasses are probably so spotty. Everything's on them.
I think we need to actually turn on the light, the shine on us, because we look like we're in the dark.
Oh yeah,
It's really bright behind you.
yeah.
It is. We got the windows open.
But Nana turned it on, but Nana wants to turn it on to like this odd mood lighting, like low orangish setting instead of on the bright setting to make us light up, you know.
I think we're all looking forward to it too, Yarn Czar.
Yeah.
Yep.
We are looking forward to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Same here.
Yeah, that we took vacation for like that whole week, didn't we?
Oh, one of the most
But
tense
afterwards-
moments I ever had was going to the meetup. I'm like, I wonder if there's even anybody there that'll recognize me, because I don't put myself on video very much. Yeah. I couldn't even get to where the crowd was without Dale and Johnny and somebody else coming up to me. And Dale didn't hug me, but howdy. Welcome.
He was
Like,
he
you
was
know,
hugging
say
you in
that
his
stuff
thoughts.
right
He's kind
when
of
they
shy,
I have this student, and he always wants to like get next to me and stand next to me, and he knows it makes me uncomfortable, so he just does it more and more. And I'm like, dude, get away from me! Like, I have a bubble. Like, get away from me.
Anita gets up in people's business a little bit
I'm
sometimes.
a bubble breaker.
We was in line at a restaurant last night that was Vance and Baxter. Kind of go in and get in line. I'm like,
Lauren,
give the
you
guy
better
in
go
front
take
of you
care of
some
Joe.
room. He's afraid you already know his credit card PIN number.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
goodness.
were in line at Walmart last night, and this is a pretty dirty looking person in front of us. And Dale's like, "Get up
Would you
there."
quit being so judgy?
I'm not.
He
Dale's
was
like, "Get
probably
up there." I'm like, "No, I'm fine right where I'm at. It's not going to make him go through any quicker. I wasn't going to get too close."
Well,
There was a
that's all
line
right.
going behind us. There was a line going clear out into the aisles, the clothes aisles and stuff.
Because Dale
Wait, it
will.
wasn't
Well,
long.
I won't either.
Yeah.
Well, we
We
will
will
not
not
go through
use self-pay.
self-checkout.
I'm not going to support things to
Right?
Take away
do
someone's
away
job.
with employees.
So there was this little
So-
girl that was, and she was slow. Bless her heart, she was
Okay.
slow.
But they were clear at the
Hey, what you
cash
mean?
register. Lisa's standing at the end of like where you go in that aisle and won't go in the aisle. And-
Okay, maybe I was being judgy, but I was afraid I was going to catch something if I got any closer.
And everybody that was back behind us was like, what is wrong with this lady? And I was embarrassed.
They were not.
Yes, they were.
They're not.
Bubbles are meant to
If
be
it makes
popped.
you feel
Exactly.
any Dale, sometimes I'm that guy. You'll see me when I get away from the sawmill. If the flap right here on my overalls happens to turn down, the man glitter.
You're just gonna dump a pile out, right?
Every 3 or 4
Hey.
minutes of man glitter,
That
The
that's
wind picks up from different
Chainsaw
directions.
and
I like that man glitter. I'm gonna start using that.
There's a difference
Yeah.
between someone that actually works and looks dirty and someone that is just dirty.
Yeah.
There's a difference between the two.
There's a big homeless population that's kind of growing on the south end of Miami, and there really is no place that helps them out.
Lauren, you better go rescue Joel,
yeah.
guy.
Don't leave me hanging.
There was one of these fellows that's obviously had no place to live, come into a convenience store that I was in, and
Virginia, welcome in.
ladies at the cash register allowed him to go in there and use the restroom. He didn't buy anything. He didn't have no money probably.
Mhm.
But they were out quick as he was gone, trying to make it smell like a place you'd want to go into again.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, does that happen very often? They said every day. And it's
Hi,
not always.
Virginia.
James says bubbles are meant to be popped.
Hi, Mike.
Oh, James.
Hey,
Aw.
Xander, welcome in.
Hi, Xander.
There's Virginia too.
Big difference,
Hey,
Xander.
our buddy. Adventure
America.
America.
Howdy.
Won't wash. Difference. Yep. Hey, welcome in.
So yeah, we come out. Well, we tried to get out early this morning, but after a long week at work, it's hard to get too motivated Saturday morning. But we've been out
Yeah.
playing.
That sounds familiar.
You're really familiar. Even people in Oklahoma do that.
Well, since
Kind
we
of
have
hard to get somebody up
tomorrow-
on the weekend.
Since we have
And
somebody
see,
coming-
I'm that weirdo. Like during the work week, it's hard for me to get up. And come Saturday morning when I should like stay,
You don't
I'm
set
like
an
wide
alarm. Yeah. 6:30, you're up anyway. Yeah.
yep,
I'm up
bright-eyed, bushy tail.
I'm up and going every day of the week.
Hey,
Every
Sean,
day.
welcome in, buddy.
On the weekend, I want to sleep in a little bit, and there's this little Pop Tart that just comes up before the sun, and I'm like, leave me alone.
We'll make him a shirt that says I'm a little Pop-Tart.
Be sure and put it on the back right above the cross of his overalls.
There we go.
Yeah.
Looks like it's popping right about the overalls.
They will,
Oh,
hey,
that's awesome.
there'll be people staying back from you in line at Walmart.
Hello, self-care official.
Nice.
You're welcome, man. Going through seeing.
Sissy Lynn, awesome.
But yeah, we got somebody coming in tomorrow. We are going to officially list the farm. So
The realtor's coming tomorrow. As long as my sister doesn't change her mind, but this time it was her idea. So
we'll see how
Yep.
that goes. So we still got, out of the last two nibbles that we had, one's still interested, but he's got a few other things he's got to get done first. So because that one is a developer and he's waiting to get his stuff done before he can do anything and sold before he can do anything else. But Tina and them's not wanting to wait. We're going to go ahead and list it. And
he wants it, he'll buy it.
yep.
If not, somebody else will buy it.
Right?
I ain't
I-
waiting around for him.
I actually made an offer on a piece of real estate a few weeks ago, and it's like just south of my place, but it's a part of a lot that my family used to own at one time. It's 4 acres, and their asking price on it was $21,500. That's pretty reasonable for what things have been selling for
I'm
around
gonna
here
say
lately.
the prices around are absolutely crazy.
For
However, I offered them 19,500 and didn't get it.
yeah. Well, now is that for the whole?
Alexander, it's me and my sister are the last two left, and it's in our names all together. So we're all selling it. We just split everything 50-50 when it sells.
Yep.
And when mom and dad, when they started getting older, they went and they put it in my brother's name. I didn't understand that then, but I do now. And when he got sick and knew that he wasn't going to last very much longer, he sat me and my sister down and said, I'm going to put it in you two's name and we'll go from there. So, and then he's been gone since 2018. So, yeah. Like I said, it's been a while. So, like I said, it's a lot of land for us two old people to take care of.
Well, it's not so much the amount of land; it's the fact that
It's rough land.
you can't really do a whole lot with it.
I was sure he was going to say, it's not so much old.
Well, we both work full-time jobs, and the kids work full-time jobs, and can't keep stuff running.
I had
Always
big
need-
plans for a lot of things that I've sold most of
Yeah.
when my kids were younger. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
supposed to spread fertilizer on our corn ground tomorrow
that's-
morning.
Lovely.
So
Yeah.
the plan is tomorrow afternoon to work ground to put the corn planter in it. But
Yeah.
Yeah, Eric
Well-
had his little drone already ordered, and so when she said they'd come out and take pictures, like, hey, Eric just got his drone in, so that'll work great.
Yeah.
So he's pretty.
hi,
excited about it.
Anita.
Hey
Hi,
guys.
Anita.
Hi.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
glad
that
you
being
showed up.
the-
My coffee cup went empty. You know,
I think that's all you have me for.
I'm going to need a lot of coffee if I have to stay up
She
at night.
does.
Yeah.
I get up and I'm like, honey, you want me to take your plate? And I take her plate for her into the kitchen. She gets up and I'm like,
He's getting a look.
hold up the plate. And she looks at me and goes, your legs ain't broke.
I do not. If I'm going that way, I get it.
Oh my goodness.
You are so full of it.
There's big plans for a lot of things that others check.
At least I hope.
I just told her she was the most wonderful wife I've got.
I tell Tina she's my favorite wife.
Huh.
I heard a guy talking about that. He asked his wife, "Honey, if I died, would you get remarried?" And she's like, "No, I'm just gonna move in with my best friend, Brenda."
Woohoo!
There you go, Tina.
Nice.
Awesome.
She
That
says,
was
"I'm
true.
just gonna move in with my best friend Brenda." And then she gets to thinking, she says, "Well, honey, what if I died?" He said, "I'd just move in with your best friend Brenda too."
Yeah.
Oh,
Bye, man.
I don't think that's what
Just
she
to
wanted to
take care
hear
of me.
either.
Remember, after my dad passed, my mom, her friend was going to bring somebody down for her to meet, and she says, "Don't you dare." I lived with one long enough, and I ain't having another one.
Now, no judgment here.
What is he got?
he's putting coffee creamer in his coffee.
Well, it's hard to see.
I see it with my
Does,
eyes.
does he want judgment? Shall we show him the cookie?
I expect the same treatment from you all that Tish Ross gives.
No judgment here.
Nope, no judgment here.
Nope.
Yes, that
It's
Jessica brought home cookies. It's like, really?
Hold on.
That's a little more than a cookie.
Wow.
It looks like cinnamon roll.
It does, really.
I think I want a bite of that.
You want that one? You taking enough insulin?
I don't know.
You'll find out.
Yeah.
Well, you'll find out if he took enough insulin or not.
I think one bite's good enough for now. There's enough sweet in there for 2 or 3 desserts.
Right?
If Eric's laying on the ground later, we need to send help.
It is in here.
Hi, Chris. Hi, Angie.
Hey,
Angie.
I drink it with just a little sweetener in it in the mornings, but in the
You want a
evenings
little
it's
coffee
better
with
with a
that
little
sweetener or creamer?
stuff.
Well,
Mhm.
Mika is
McKay.
wanting to know how's the greenhouse coming along. Well, they're sitting in it.
They're
We're
sitting in the greenhouse.
Yeah.
Of course, now we're not sure. We're thinking it's going to be something besides a greenhouse.
I
She's
wasn't
spoiled and
sure
changed her
that it
mind
didn't
again.
It could
become
be
a
4
pheasant
different
house.
things.
A pheasant house. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
That's what
That's
I was
back there.
thinking it became.
back there.
That's
That's
back there. Can you see it? I don't know if you can see it on there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
kind
you
of,
can
sort
see
of.
up a little bit.
Have you got him tamed down yet?
No. They're not friendly yet. I'm trying.
It's driving her nuts.
They don't want to play.
The dogs started being real friendly with them.
Right?
Yes, I seen your comment, Lynn, and she is my only wife. I'm Baptist, not Mormon.
There's
Ace,
Hi,
hey.
Ace.
I'm not. That's not a dig against Mormons either. But listen, if I would have been Solomon's helper, I would have talked to him a little bit about that. Like, dude, I know you might marry some sisters, but all them mothers-in-law.
Maybe that's why.
I was just thinking it took me this long to train the one I got, let alone get another one to go
Mhm.
along with it.
Hey
And
now.
they'll ask me one day if
You
I'd
can be in
remarry,
this
and I'm
live,
like,
you can come sit in my
no
chair.
way. I can't stand the one I got. I ain't gonna remarry.
Were you reading the comment, or did you just say that about Dale?
I just said that about Dale.
Want to marry another one? No, I can't stand the one I've got. Well, we're gonna have so much fun at 10 Killer. Everybody that goes pro need marriage counseling, even if you're single.
Want to have fun?
We might
or-
have to put a hitch
We'll
on
be
the
in
back of
trouble.
the camper and pull the camper and the pop up so one can be in each one.
So Dale can sleep in the
Yeah.
pop-up.
I'm just thinking about selling it, but Dale's living in it for the weekend.
Oh goodness.
You mean.
You got what? 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You got work next weekend, and then we go to Texas.
Then we go 10 Killer.
Anita says that we don't have no problem. She likes me really well when I'm asleep.
Yep.
I don't know. He snores too much here lately.
Yeah, she's going.
Dale's
She
pretty
don't
lovable
like.
when he's asleep.
You were snoring big last night, so don't be.
I was DTW, man. I don't know if you know. Do you know what DTW means?
Dead to the world.
Yep, that's when you've worked so hard you come in, you can't remember if you actually went to bed or you just wound up there.
Mm-hmm.
Virginia says she's trained hers for 66 years. She don't have enough time to break in another one.
That's
Oh,
right.
That's putting in a lot of overtime there, Virginia.
right.
Mm-hmm.
I know the last couple nights I haven't felt good, and I told one of my friends, I said, I don't know how Dale's been able to sleep because I don't know how many times I woke myself up snoring, and I know he
It
can
was
hear
pretty
me.
rough. I'm not lying.
Well, I don't know if any of y'all have figured this out. Maybe you do this anyway. I have figured out that when I start feeling a little bit yucky, and even if I know it's just sinuses and allergies, if I go to the dollar store and get me a bottle of this stuff,
Immune support.
and they've got a name brand, it's called Emergency.
Mm-hmm.
Get either one you want. This is about half what the other one is, but it says take like 5 a day. If you just chew up about 10 of them in a couple hours, you won't be feeling so bad. And if you do get feeling bad, it won't last as long. But they're nothing but, I think they're just zinc and vitamin C, and they have a few other things in it. But I got to feeling that sinus junk coming on, and I'm like, I don't need this.
Yeah.
Stopped in there Wednesday night and got me a bottle of them. I think you can hear there's got to be at least 2 left out of 32.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can tell you what Nana did. She was just bound and determined that the reason why she's coughing is kind of like, cattle or a dog. When they start coughing, what do you do to them? You give them a big old shot of Ivomec. So Nana's just decided that she got back out her bottle of Ivomec.
I've been taking it for months.
Hey, this was $5. You can get 500 mil of Ivomec for $49 at the co-op, and you don't even have to put that on the inside of you.
We've got a huge bottle of it. It's like that big. It's a big old bottle.
I'm assuming the pour-on stuff works just as good because my youngest son was never sick through all the COVID, and he's the guy that always puts the wormer on cows. And you can't do that without coming away looking like you're blue somewhere.
Yep.
I hope it's not, but it's looking like it might be. I mean, we messed with it some in the yard and things, but yeah, that'll be the first real big trip
Mm-hmm.
with the camper.
Clubhouse
Yeah.
Cobalt. Hello.
Airborne.
Welcome in.
Xander says Airborne works just as good, and he's right. Those
Yeah.
3 products will be all along on the same shelf at the dollar store, or they are in my area. I mean, you might.
He was snoozing? What? What do you mean? Because he fell off the ladder and knocked himself out, or?
Oh goodness.
Well, when we're younger, it was when Mama's away, the cat will play. When we get a little older, it's when Mama's on the loose, the cat will snooze.
Mickey, I got a girl. At work, her husband's when he takes Benadryl, instead of it knocking him out, it makes him extra hyper.
Yeah.
Like that.
This man, are you dragging your butt on the carpet? I don't have carpet, Angie.
No,
She just scoots it along the hardwood floor.
we have vinyl plank flooring.
Use raw honey to help with allergies.
I've heard that a lot.
Your tires, Dale.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's a worm thing, and I can look at Nana's face and just tell you she didn't got that problem.
I'm not.
I looked at enough old cows that have that problem. You look at Nana and say, she's not an old cow, and she don't have that problem.
Well, you're getting part of this, right? Hi, Joni. Hi. It's a brand new day.
Welcome in.
Hi, Tiffany.
Hey, Tiffany.
Rebecca
Sorry, guys.
also,
I'm having a hard
there's-
time seeing here.
Did I make you itch?
Yeah, you made it itch there now.
Yeah, Dale, when are you picking up an extra spare?
I don't know.
We have one spare.
Will the ones off of the pop-up
better
fit?
Nah,
Dang it.
13s to
Oh,
14s, and I do have two.
Has tires.
So
Hey,
the
there's
pop-up now
Ducky
has.
family. Welcome in, Greg and Donna.
Welcome in, guys.
Hi, Greg and Donna. The
Hi.
pop-up has 2 brand new tires. Plus, I bought 2 brand new rim and all spares for it.
Yeah, so
Nice.
And now that
it's
don't
got
fit
tires.
nothing.
Whoever gets it, they're going to be rip roaring and ready to go.
Heck yeah.
What was the floor size on that pop-up
Splitters.
you got?
It's 12 foot.
Oh, that's perfect. You could just make like a pop-up garage door in the back of it if you didn't need a pop-up camper. And this might be a selling point.
Well, that
You
little
could
pop-up camper was
Store
pretty
your side-by-side in there and it would always be covered. And if you need to take it somewhere, there it is. And then if
Yeah.
somebody thought they were stealing your pop-up camper, they'd actually get your side-by-side too.
Well, I can tell you, you can ask Tina, that thing, it feels huge when you put it all out and everything because those ends pull out. I mean, it feels big inside of that pop-up,
It did.
but, and I know it's a lot
Yeah,
nicer.
it has
than
got a
before.
great air conditioner because I froze.
It does have a great air conditioner in it.
It was cold. Oh,
Greg and Donna in
You
here?
would've
I didn't
loved
see them. Hi, Greg and Donna. If you're in here. You seen
They said
Johnny?
they
Hi,
was on
Johnny.
the road. I think they're coming home from Dyer's today. They was headed there this morning.
So,
Greg and Donna were at Dyer's.
Yeah, they had a live going to there. I caught a little bit of this morning. So
Hey, I don't know if y'all got it figured out or not, but Greg's job makes him cover half of Oklahoma. So he's one of these guys that says, "Oh, that ain't nothing. I'll just get in a truck and drive over there." He might be going to drive 2 hours to get there or something.
hey, Janae, welcome in.
I foresee a flat on the way
Thanks,
to
Johnny. Way to put that juju on me, buddy. I appreciate
It was
that.
you. Yeah, Johnny may have jinxed himself. Better make sure your spares aired up,
Yeah.
Johnny. And you got a good jack.
Asking price for my pop-up. I've got 2 of them.
Yep. And Lauren asked a question too.
14-inch trailer tires. I don't need rims.
There's Janae.
I don't know. I just soon
Hey,
message me. I don't want to talk about pricing on here.
Is Paul stuck?
No, I'm not stuck.
No.
Oh, okay. It looked like he was
Just wait and see if you notice.
he was earlier, but we didn't know where he was stuck at.
He wasn't stuck. He was just
Gone.
invisible.
He was checking cows.
I was.
He was eavesdropping in on the conversations.
Hi, Wild Child.
Wild Child 23.
Hey, Wild Child, welcome in. Ace, welcome in.
I got all that too now, Johnny, too. I carry all that all the time.
I'm
I got
living by the
Mustang right here
scene.
with me.
I hook onto a stock trailer,
Wow,
pull it out of
thanks,
the bone,
dear.
pick the tires that are on the ground, put cattle in it, and just go. And I'm like, if I have trouble, I'll just call somebody. Whoever I'm closest to.
Been down that road before, that's for sure.
And then there's that other thing that I've done numerous times. If I have trouble, I'm making it anyway. If that thing will still move, we're going, you know.
You don't want to do that with a camper, though. It kind of like.
If that tire shreds, it'll take the side of the camper off.
Yep.
I had one time I lost the ring off my split rim at 7th and Range Line. It went straight and I turned left.
Oh no.
Dad told me, he was following me. He said, "Yeah, I seen that ring come off. It just went straight right but down between the vehicles on the other side." And I'm like, "What? You didn't go get it?" He's like, "No, it's traffic."
I remember back years ago when I was a kid, Dad coming home mad. He went to tire shop to get a tire replaced, and he come back and he was just hot. Well, and normally he normally whenever he takes truck get tire fixed, he always checks the lug nuts, make sure everything's tight. And he was in a hurry. He was wanting to get home because he had to go meet my uncle for something. And anyway, he's going down the road, and all of a sudden that back tire that they replaced starts passing him as he's slowing down to a stoplight. And about that time, the back end hits, and so he had to call the wrecker and have him pick up because he didn't have a jack with him.
We did that in a 1973 Suburban, and the back tires started going off. Yeah, it was not fun, especially on the curvy road.
Mm-hmm.
That is right. If you got a tandem axle, you can usually come along or ratchet strap that second one up.
Or sometimes
still
if you put
limp it to where you're going, but
a 3-inch block between your frame and axle on the front one, if you can jack it up that much, you can get it to where you
yeah.
go. I actually had a trailer that you could just pull the wheel off from, and it wouldn't run. It wouldn't touch the ground. It was a triple, and
Yeah.
if you had to go missing one of the wheels, it's a big deal, right? I wouldn't
Well-
never leave home to go haul something like that, but I've limped home that way a few times.
We I was pulling a header trailer, delivering a header, combine header. And of course, you know how it is at the dealership. Someone else sets all the stuff up, and I just hooked onto it and took off, and I made it about 20 miles and was coming down a hill, and kind of like you said, all of a sudden a tire and wheel passed me,
Mm-hmm.
just barely miss a car, hits a road ditch, and I don't know how far it went out in that pasture. I know I looked for 30 minutes and never could find it in that big tall grass, but
Hey, you said hi to her twice.
Oh, she said,
Howdy, everyone. There we go.
We had a couple of deals where
I
we
have
would
it.
wood chips or shavings, planings, and sanding dust from some cabinet shops, and we use that for bedding in our chicken houses. Well, I grew chickens. I had 4 houses here. Well, my dad had 4 down the road from me, and so we ran through quite a bit of that. And we had a couple of those were, or one of them was at Webb City and one was at Neosho. And the one at Webb City, you had to drive right up range line pretty much to get there. So I would always wait till after midnight, especially in the summertime, to go up there and get a load and bring it home. And we had a fleet of grain trucks, so we hauled them in. And so we'd take an empty and pick up a full one. And I was just about a mile east of the house here, coming home one night, and it was late, and I was tired and hot, and I was driving a 62 Chevy C60 when the back left wheels come off.
Oh.
Not good.
One at a time.
Mm.
They were those 10-bolt center ones, so they had that big heavy center in
welcome
them.
to the dark side, Angie.
So one of them went
She
left,
says,
and one of them
"Oh,
went
everyone on this
right.
side." So I said, "Tell her welcome to the dark side."
And both of them one of them hopped a hedgerow that was in some people's yard and rolled all the way around their house and laid down in their backyard. And the other one went like 500 foot off over in the field on the other side of the road. And it took me quite a while to find those. And the one people offered to sell mine back to me for the cost of what it took to replace their mailbox.
Oh,
Yeah.
That
And
was nice of them.
I gladly
Mhm.
paid them. I seen it tore their mailbox up. By the time I caught somebody home, they'd already fixed it. But the thing with the drum down on the ground, I could still drive it, so I drove it off the road.
Really?
Yeah. There wasn't anything else touching the ground. We were leaning way over, but, drove it off the road on the drum, and we put the tires back on it in a driveway there, right along the road about a mile east of here. I wouldn't do that again if I was you. Check them lug nuts.
Nah.
Yep. Definitely.
I know a guy that would have been hauling a
Mm-hmm.
new tractor not put together and a stack of tires and wheels that went on said tractor, and hit a rough spot in the road. It bounced the trailer and broke the banding that had the tires band down. It was that plastic banding stuff. and one of the front tires fell off of that trailer, and it hit the road, and it bounced so hard it went over the top of the power line going across said road and lit in the middle of a car and just crushed the hood clear down.
Mercy.
That said guy didn't have a very nice day that day.
No.
Are you the said guy?
Plead the fifth.
Well, there was a couple of young men in my neighborhood that spent 20 years plus in prison for throwing rocks off of a bridge over I-44.
I remember this.
They just happened to hit a car in the windshield, and it killed the lady inside the car.
Yep, I
It was a
remember
passenger.
that.
She was a passenger. It could have been even worse.
Yeah.
And if you want to know, right after that, they came out and put up signs on the dirt road on all of those turnpike bridges that it was a felony to throw objects off the bridge.
Yep.
That was if it was on I-44 going east, there's an old schoolhouse that's right there on the highway or on the road there. I guess that's about 2 miles to probably 2.5 miles west of the state line there. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember several years ago we had somebody, a couple of guys, they stole a livestock trailer, and then they went to another place and stole a bunch of cattle. Well, it just so happened that the livestock cattle that they stole was an old rinky-dink junk one that the farmer wasn't even using. Floor was all rotted out and everything else. Well, they're going down 71, and a bunch of them cattle broke through the floor, and he was dragging these cattle down the road, and there were several of them they had to wind up putting down when they finally got them stopped and everything, because we started getting calls that there's cows hanging out back to this trailer that going down the road and everything. And we finally got officers out there, and that's what it was. Is they'd stole. The guy that had the trailer, he really wasn't too worried about it. He's like, at first, because he's like, well, it just gets that off my property now, I don't have to worry about it. But then he found out what else they'd done, so he decided to go ahead and fill out a report. So they got him for the stealing the trailer, stealing the cattle, and then several counts of animal abuse. So they got to spend a few years in jail on that one.
On a lighter note, do you know what they call a cow with no legs?
Ground beef.
Yeah, that was a mess.
Well, they had an incident several years back. We had a neighborhood watch group out here, and we were really good friends with the sheriff. And the guy had a little common sense, and he would tell stuff whenever TV come out to interview him about something. He would tell it like it was, All these guys that say, well, I can't talk about that or whatever, he would tell them something they needed to know anyway.
Yeah.
These guys had backed their trailer in off the road at a gate and was out in a field roping baby calves and dragging them to their trailer. And it was after dark, and they had several calves in their trailer. And a neighbor had went by there and called the owner of the place and told him that he'd seen a trailer backed into his gate. So he gets down there close and parks along the road and walks to where the trailer is, and he hear the cows bawling. And he walks up beside their trailer, and the first one of them coming up there dragging a calf with a rope, he shoots him and kills him. And the next one of them, the other one, heard the gunshot, and he just laid down on the ground out there where he was. And so when the sheriff's department got there, they had to go find this other guy. He's like, well, I think there's two of them, but the other one never did come up here. But there's the first one. And they had him. They was going to charge him with all these other charges related to killing somebody, stealing his stuff. And the sheriff told the district attorney that if he did that, they couldn't be friends no more. And and the sheriff got on the TV, and his whole statement about the incident was, I can't tell you if these guys were guilty or not. The one that's still living claimed the truck overheated and they was out there looking for water to put in their truck. And if he was really doing that, I don't know why he had all them cows as calves, but he claimed he had the world's first water carrying rope. That was his statement on the TV.
Oh
And they
my.
showed that old boy that shot the criminal walking out, and he didn't say a word. The only thing they had was a picture of him walking out, and he didn't say a word. And there wasn't no cattle thieving for a long time in Ottawa County.
Yep.
Or
If
like
they would
here
do
with the
that to
back of
those-
mailboxes.
If they would do that to those four-wheeler thieves instead of turning them loose, they'd be a lot less of that.
Mhm.
That's right.
Exactly.
I still say if we stuck by that, like it's done in other parts of the world, you steal, they cut off your hand, be a lot less thieving.
This would
Mhm.
fix a lot of that, Dale.
That would fix a lot of those pedophile problems right there.
That's too gentle. That's too gentle.
Yeah.
Okay, then nail it to a stump after you put the band on.
Definitely make my job.
I'm not a believer in. So I've made that statement a lot. I'm not a believer in banding.
Oh yeah.
And everybody's like, why? I said, okay, as a man, let me ask you a question. If that was going to be done to you, if you were going to be steered, would you rather walk around for 30 days and watch it rot off, or would you rather it just happen and be done?
Got a point.
Neither.
None of the above.
And I don't know how many of them we had to roll over like pigs and cut them like a hog. Because
I have a little issue with that. I have a little bit of trouble with cutting them with a knife anymore. I used to. That used to be the way we did it. Actually, I'd got to figuring out a razor blade was much sharper, so you just get you some razors and
yep,
or use a scalpel. I couldn't ever keep my knife sharp enough, but I can't hold on to stuff with my left hand no more like I used to. But I can still put bands on. And if I'll do that part, that makes Scott have to do all the tagging and vaccinating and tail holding. That's the joyous part.
Yeah, that's the fun part.
And on the calves that we've worked so far, I guess we're 50 or 60 calves in, something like that. I haven't took over 30 seconds putting a band on, so that's pretty good for a guy with no thumb.
That's right.
But I got home with one in my pocket. That I don't usually keep castration bands on my table.
You made Xander squirm.
Made everybody in Xander's house squirm.
No, Paul did miss. That ain't what happened to my thumb.
I'm telling you.
My thumb had a lot of cuts on it, but that wasn't what done it in.
So I am a firm believer that is a good punishment for pedophiles.
Eye for an eye.
Long and slow
No,
and
the
drawn out.
banding.
Yep. Yep, for sure. I'll be right back.
Johnny, are you going
I'm
to
in country that they buy a lot of steers and then feed them up to on grass until they ship them to the
Where you going?
feedlots. And
It used to be you could figure all the cattle from my area at certain times that went through the stockyards was on their way to the Flint Hills.
Yep.
And to Kansas wheat pasture.
Yep.
A lot of guys did that. There was apparently there was some guys that owned some land here not very far from me at one time. They figured out they could buy those grass calves cheaper in the fall, so they'd buy them in the fall and turn them loose over here until their wheat got enough growth on it they could haul them to their wheat somewhere over just here. Yeah, the banding thing. It makes people look at you weird when you go in a place with blood on you. I don't know. I don't know what that is.
I'll look at people weird.
Yes, you do.
Don't look at them very long. Johnny's probably thinking like, yeah, I had a new calf and I castrated him, and then I went in there and they wouldn't even sell me a Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
On the way home, I wanted a Mountain Dew really bad. Angie. That's the best I could do.
There's Lori. And she agrees with me.
Well, guys, we have a youth event for the youth at our church tonight
Hey,
that
Fred.
starts at 7 and goes till midnight. So pray for me that I'll be able to keep these eyeballs open that long.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. We got big plans. We're going to eat. We're going to play games. We're going to play hide and seek in the church, which is kind of creepy. We're going to watch a movie, and then we're going to go home midnight.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
What movie you gonna watch? Do you know yet?
Maybe before.
I would tell you, but it would incriminate the fact that I'm showing a movie to a whole bunch of kids and I don't own the copyright to it.
Oh, okay.
They have previewed it. It's going to be a good one. Maybe from those guys over in Georgia.
Georgia.
Matter of fact, that made me think of something. Did you guys hear about the two guys that was from Albany, Georgia, that traveled to New York, and they run onto a town that was spelled the same as their town, but they couldn't agree on how you're supposed to say it. One of them said it's Albany, and the other one says it's Albany. And they said, "Well, we got to come to an agreement here and figure out, how you say the name of this town." And so they said, next eating establishment we are at, we're going to ask them and get them to. So they go into this eating establishment and talk to the young man there. And they said, one of them does all the talking. He says, "My friend and I have a disagreement about the name of your town. We need to know exactly how to say the name of this place. And we want you to enunciate your words very plainly and speak very slowly so that we can understand how to pronounce the name of this place." He didn't want to say it. He didn't want to sway him to say it one way or the other. And so the guy says, "Well, I can do that for you." He said, "The name of this place is Dairy Queen." Y'all have a good one.
Bye,
Hey,
Paul.
Paul.
Yeah. Have a good night, Paul.
Have
Good
fun
night,
tonight.
Paul.
Be safe.
Dairy
He
Queen.
gone. We
Uh,
knew it was coming.
mhm.
Everybody in the chat started in. Bye, Paul. He gone.
Oh my goodness.
Charge money to see the movie itself. The movie covers the food. And... Yep. So,
Laws from business school.
Hmm. We've
I kinda-
yeah, we haven't we don't have any plans tonight.
yeah, I think ours
Other
is,
than I did see on the Book of Faces earlier when I was on there that Nevada Speedway opening night was tonight.
Ah,
nice.
the
Yeah,
drive-in's
it is.
open this weekend too.
Oh, okay.
Is it Carthage?
Yeah.
Oh,
drive-in.
you know what else I just thought about? It's the prom
It is prom tonight.
in our little
Oh.
town by us.
Remember if ours is tonight or not? I ain't got no kids in school, so I don't keep up with it no more.
I'm
don't know what
surprised
ours
you didn't
is.
want to go watch the walk-in.
I'll see them all on Facebook here in
Right.
about an hour or so. I can
Mhm.
watch it from home.
I was gonna say, yeah, with Facebook, it's a whole lot easier just to sit home and eat your PJs and do it.
Yeah.
Oh, Midnight Drags in Tulsa tonight.
Oh wow.
Ooh. I don't know about this
Oh, hey,
driving
Tony.
Oklahoma for 10 killer thing though. Guess what I got in the mail yesterday?
What's that?
You know what? How long's it been since we went and ate dinner with these crazy people from Oklahoma?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a little while, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's it been, a month and a half or so?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Month and a half, 2 months, yeah.
I just now got in the mail a
A
bill
bill.
from Oklahoma
Turnpike.
Turnpike. for driving 15 miles of the turnpike.
It's $10.50.
One time, they charged me $10.50
Oh goodness.
Oh wow.
for the worst roads I've drove in the Midwest.
Terrible.
Uh-huh.
Terrible.
Yeah, it's crazy.
At least
Yeah.
it wasn't a text message.
Yeah, thanks, James.
Yeah.
I got the text messages the other
Oh
day.
yeah, they've been going through all
Oh,
crazy
them-
and everything.
Them
Keep your eye on
text
the
message
mailbox because there's supposed to
things.
be something delivered. I think Monday.
There is.
I don't know what Monday would be. What is it? The 14th? He's ignoring me.
I don't know what the 14th is. It's
I don't know
nothing.
what the 14th. Well, just check
It's
your mailbox
Monday.
on the 14th.
You got me confused even.
I told you.
You did?
Yeah, that's how
Somebody's
much you
coming down
listen.
with the booming radio.
How does Texas get the money from Oklahoma
I
Turnpike?
even send it in a text.
I'm lost, Johnny.
The text messages. Is
It's
scam.
more
yeah,
with
oh,
the
yeah,
people.
definitely a
Just
scam.
wait. Yeah, I'll be taking anything other than a toll road. I can guarantee you that, Angie.
Yeah.
Anything
When
other than a toll road.
my GPS, it takes us the long way around and it's a little bit slower, but yeah, I miss toll roads. I actually enjoy seeing the smaller towns and everything else and the countryside other than just straight on through. So I'll take the extra time and
Unless it's a really
Yeah, I
long
agree. The
trip.
text messages they're scams.
yep,
Yeah,
definitely.
don't even reply to them, even if you're just something sarcastic, because then they know
Yeah.
that there's an open line, and they will keep on.
Yep. For sure. And the bad thing is we get calls from, and it's usually older people that just don't get it, and it's like, no, don't answer the phone, don't reply back to that text.
Leave it alone.
Just ignore it.
Avid,
They'll get-
don't be telling everybody things like that.
14th is Dale's birthday.
You got Paul?
Well, you ain't even 50 yet. What are you worried about?
I know. You're not even 50 yet.
One of these days he'll make it to the then y'all make it to the 50s club.
Maybe. Tell me about it. Okay, tools or
No matter what, you'll always be older than me, Tina.
Yep.
I know it.
and me.
Hi, Rhonda.
She'll always be older than me too.
Dang it. What was it?
There's
Ah,
drops
Frank
in here
made
too.
it. I'm
There's
older and I have
Sean.
more insurance.
Hey, Drops, welcome in. Welcome in. Hello, you beautiful people.
Sean again.
Welcome back in.
Text scam too.
I don't know, but there's way more of that silver stuff on your head than my head.
What are you talking
Jesus
about? I ain't got no
I don't
silver
got
in my
none of
hair.
that.
Yeah, you just got your hair did though, so you
I
can't
got
tell.
it bleached. I didn't get no gray covered. I got good hair genes. What can I say? Mom was almost 60 before she started going gray. I got a few good years yet.
Mm-hmm. Mine are coming
Lisa's
in.
family's
more.
almost 19 when they start going gray.
Well, he's lucky he's got most of his hair because Jamie is 25 and almost bald. Of course, they say
They
that
say
comes from the
baldness comes
mothers.
from your mother's father.
Yeah, my dad was bald way before I was born.
He keeps some of it long, but
Yeah, the back of it. Yeah, he's got quite the mullet going on.
it's getting that receding, but it's retreating on him pretty good.
It's retreating, not just receding.
Retreating. Yours sure doesn't have a chance. My dad had, for as long as I can, as long as I can remember him, he's been bald. So
Mine's
Yours
gotten
sure
a
don't
lot
have a
thinner.
chance.
I was gonna say Dad was 40 when I was born, close to 40 when I was. I have to think.
I got less
He was
hair
35
after
when I was
Lisa
born.
got a hold of me with the clippers, but I'm only like T-2 weeks from that having to happen again.
Mine's starting to.
It's getting kind of long.
Yep.
I told him to leave it. I like it. Then that's when he goes and cuts it. And
I might leave it. I
you
might
might.
not.
You know what that
Kylie
is?
says, Dale and Lisa, you need the camera rolling on the 19th.
Uh-oh.
Brain sucker starving.
Yes.
Just gonna keep starving.
I don't even bother because it just
My family, the women don't get gray hair. White, but no gray. Mike is 53 and is just now showing a few gray hairs here and there.
I say baldness is from too many YouTube. Wow.
I seen that, Rebecca. You avoid toll roads too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I've drove it in the past and you just paid, and it was literally 75 cents from where I got on it to where I got off of it. And that was a year ago.
Oh goodness.
But now they did away with all the people to collect the money, and they put up cameras, and now it's $10.
Eliminate more jobs.
Yep.
Did away with everybody's jobs, and now charge 10 times the amount.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, our Walmart, which they've got about half and half now back of self-checkout and registers, but they've added so many of the people going around and through the store and getting the groceries because the online or the home delivery and then in-store pickup has gotten so. You gotta watch those people because they will run you over in a heartbeat.
Yes. Although it sure
Tony,
is nice.
you are wrong. That's like 6 years older than I'm gonna be.
What did you see?
Yeah,
Oh,
go back and look.
Dale's gonna be 53.
I'm not even gonna be 53.
Me
You're
either.
close.
You hush.
You're gonna be there before I am
If you live that long.
if I live that long.
Yep.
Oh,
I want you to
let's
pay
see.
for
I'll be
electricity.
That dang electricity, all that energy gets enough subsidies already. They don't need none of my money.
Yep.
I'm gonna start a campaign called Defund All Energy Subsidies. All energy subsidies. Did you know oil that makes $800 billion in the clear last year gets subsidized by the government?
That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
Not to get too political, but that they want to talk about Doge. Right there is something they need to look at.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
For sure.
10.
Yeah, there's a lot of waste, and he ain't even done it the whole 4 years. They're still not going to be able to get rid of it all. There's so much so entrenched in everything. Hey, Camping Cage Free, welcome in.
Hey, Kevin.
Hi, Kevin.
Hi, Kevin.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Just the waste that we get.
He was little.
But
Dairy.
always sunny in Berry County.
Drops. That'd be kind of a sore
Sunny
subject to
in
talk
McDonald
about
County,
dairy.
too.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm going to tell you something about dairy. My family, I have family. My grandparents dairied. Part of my family dairied. Those people starved to death. They starved to death. And people want to whine about the cost of milk. And you know what the farmer makes off that 1 gallon of milk you're paying $6 for in the grocery store? not even a penny. That's what the farmer gets paid.
Mm-hmm.
It's in between that
Yep.
gets all that money.
I don't know if you got his picture.
Yeah, the ones actually doing the work and growing and raising and doing all that, whether it's dairy, beef, crops, whatever,
They're working. Yeah, working.
they don't see most of that money. It all goes to processors and everything else. Same way with lumber. The guys out logging and doing the work, they don't see hardly any of that money. It's the ones that, it's the lumber mills. And
Yep, that's right. Yeah, Avid, that looks like that's good eating, but I know you're probably going to use it for bait.
We eat those things.
Gets picture. But yeah, it's one of these days. I don't see it in my lifetime though.
Yeah.
But
You're a bunch of youngins.
Youngins.
I am. I don't know
I'll
about
take it. I
them,
don't get
but
called
I'm a
that much
youngin.
anymore.
you youngin.
Youngin. Like I said, I'll take it. I don't get called that much anymore.
Me either. Well, I get told that almost daily in the kitchen that I work in because I'm the youngest. So
I was gonna say we've got people as young as 18 and 19 working down there, and it really, yeah, it was like I worked here before you were born.
yeah, I'm the youngest one in the kitchen. So
Yes,
I'll
they
take
do.
it.
Say I remember when I started, I was one of the youngest ones. There's a couple a little bit younger than me. I was 26, and now I'm one of the oldest ones. I'm on the bottom end of the old people group, what I call, like the 40 and over, and then most everybody's mid 30s on down into early 20s. I don't think we got any that's 18 or 19 anymore. No, actually, I think the youngest one I think is about 20 or 21.
Good.
So yeah, it's like I feel old.
Do they come in like they do at our office, and they're going to tell you how to do stuff?
No,
Ours do.
no, we get
My
good
eyes
people.
usually have this rolling problem.
No, we have good people.
I can tell you, Drops is in there talking about the FDA killing milk, and that's the reason all that stuff. Yeah, I agree. You know, how screwed up of a world do we live in that a drug, something that's literally a drug, people want to make it legal and free and all this stuff so that everybody can get it, but they want to make milk like regulated, and you know, it makes no sense.
Well, and when it comes to our food, we've got so many weird regulations on everything between the FDA and everything else. You go to any other nation, it's like nobody else refrigerates their eggs or buys refrigerated eggs other than McDonald's, United States.
Yep.
And then you get
True.
the ones from here that see farmers and stuff like that just put them on the counter because that's where you keep them.
Yep.
They're like, don't you refrigerate it? No.
Not unless you washed them.
Unless you washed them.
If you wash them, then you got to.
Yeah.
You know, my dad and I was talking about it here a while back. It's like, you know, with all the crud and junk that they put in our foods anymore, because we don't eat like our parents or grandparents did. They would eat butter. They would, you know, bacon, beef, and everything else. And they were way healthier than we were, but everything was natural. It didn't have all the stuff added into it, all the hormones and the antibiotics. And so,
Notice when all that stuff started coming in, when everybody started getting Alzheimer's and everything. And yeah.
So it's like
Yeah,
when you get a broiler chicken at a chicken farm that winds up staying, and it winds up being almost about the same size as a turkey before it finally kills over.
Its legs won't even hold it up.
You know, the
Mhm.
feed, they're putting stuff in that feed to pack on the pounds in a short amount of time.
Drops is more right, Rebecca, than yeah. We personally, when we have all the chickens, we've had eggs sitting on our counter, unwashed eggs, 3-4 months at a time. Crack them. There's nothing wrong with them.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with them.
Yep.
But
Yeah, but that's what we need to get back into, which is start. You know, you've got more and more people that are doing their own, hobby farms. And I kind of noticed that back, it's kind of swinging back into that because, back in the early 1900s, everything else, you had several farms that was 25, 30, 50 acres. And that was an average size farm. Now you got these huge mega farms that are thousands and thousands of acres that aren't owned by a family, they're owned by a corporation. But now you're pendulum's kind of swinging back into family small farms just for themselves.
Yep.
Even. And so people are starting to figure out that your food that you raise or you get from the neighbor down the road is way
better.
healthier, tastes better, way healthier than what you go get at the store.
And I know a lot of people in there talk about that they're buying milk from a local farmer or stuff like that. The only problem with that is, yes, you can go do that, but if they ever catch that local farmer selling you that milk,
Mm-hmm.
he can lose his farm over it.
Yep.
That's how messed up the laws are.
Yeah. And it should not be that way.
Nope.
Right.
So we water glass some eggs as a test, 6, 12, 18 months, and we eat them all.
Good deal. And my dad had 40,000 acre ranch, but he sold it when we moved on 10 acres. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Man, can you imagine 40,000 acres?
Already seeing prom pictures.
They're already prom pictures, huh?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
That's what I'd like. I say I'd like about 10 to 15 acres. And then Eric says, well, maybe up to 100. But I was like, you need 100 acres.
But we're not wanting.
What do you need a hunt? You got that now.
No, we got 260 acres now.
Ready to downsize.
So
To
I
100.
don't know. I want enough land where we still have enough timber to where we can get firewood and then also get sawmill logs off of without having to go all over. I mean,
We looked at one house the other day and it's like, well, 6 acres ain't too small, but there's no trees. There's like 10 trees on there. And it's like, that ain't going to work. Cut them and you're out of trees.
Yep.
But, I grew up on 30 acres and thought that was a lot of land. And then now I've gotten used to this and it's starting to get my mind back into smaller is fine. So.
James, spot on. I missed. Why does Bill Gates?
Yeah, that's a great question, James. Why does Bill Gates need thousands of acres? You know
Mhm.
why? Because he wants to take it out of production.
Yep. Exactly.
Man, I am just like on one. I need to get off of this. Let's
Is
move
it
on.
Bill
New
Rand?
subject.
I was gonna say, yeah, I've gotten onto the rant too. So, oh,
So, what's the plan? Another auction coming up, or just 10 killer in 2 weeks?
I think just 10
We're just
killer in
going-
2 weeks.
Say there was an auction today I really wanted to go to. It was a friend of mine's mom's place, and then when we decided the realtor was coming Sunday, we thought we got to get some yard work done. So we've been doing that all day today.
Yeah, which next weekend I work, so I won't be doing anything other than going to work. But yeah, I think most of the time it's just going to be this work right here. I think Wednesday, though, I'm going to take my little Harbor Freight auger up to my dad's. He's got a 6 little fence posts he needs to dig for about a foot for his garden. And
Somebody's needy.
yeah. So I think I'll do that. And Jessica I think, wants to go up there visit him. So we'll probably spend the day Wednesday, and then Thursday, my other day off. I'm going to be.
Hi, Wanda.
All right, you guys. No. Go coon dog somewhere else.
I Wanda.
Hi, Wanda.
Thursday
Hi,
probably
Lori.
work around here. So
Jesse needs to come feed the dogs so they leave us alone. Which probably ought to be about now.
Go get 'em started.
oh, you got him looking.
He's like, where did
Do
that
it again,
come
Dale.
from? His ears perked up.
Oh.
No, he says. Go on, Molly.
Right now they're being more pains.
Off of me.
He's a lap dog.
No, he's not.
Hey, Jesse. Jesse.
He thinks he is.
Molly likes getting in my lap when we're in the house. She's a little princess.
Feed the dogs. Feed them. Feed them.
Well, not surprising. I sure explains a lot.
them.
Feed him.
Go feed them.
Look at 'em, they're looking at the door like, is she gonna feed us?
Yeah, them dogs ain't dummies. When you holler
They
at one
have
of the
their
kids,
moments. Not in all states. Missouri has a farm that sells theirs.
I have a perfectly good dog food bowl up there, and Jessica just flings the food out on the porch. No. She gets by the next bag of dog food.
Direct from the farm. You can
But yeah, but those are kind of our plans for the next couple weeks. Just pedaling around, getting stuff done around here, and
I
then
need to get my
Tinker.
garden cleaned up and planted, but that kind of got put on the side too.
We started some, but yeah.
I got raised beds here that we got from Paul. Of course, you can see they're still sitting up here. So hopefully I can get them done something with tomorrow before the realtor gets here.
What time is she supposed to be here?
2:00.
2:00. Okay.
So we got to get up a little earlier and around.
Says you.
In Kansas, it's legal to buy direct from the farmer too. Cool.
But and how are your guys' plans lining up for the next couple of weeks?
Yeah. Work.
Work.
Yep. I hear that.
Work, and more work. And, it is nice now because it's getting darker later so I can get some stuff done. But that's only if I get to come home before like 6 or 7.
Yeah. I definitely get
Yeah.
that. Which I seen local news deal posted on Facebook that Trump had asked Congress to make it, set it to daylight savings time and leave it. So get rid of the switching back and forth. And of course, then the argument goes, well, no, we should do daylight standard and savings and back and forth. And it's like, I don't care. Just pick one and stick with it. So
I like this time. I like being able to come home and still have enough daylight and
to do something.
Yeah. I don't care if I drive to work in the dark or not. That's fine.
Yep. So headlights
I'm
are
the
for
same way. I don't care if it's dark when I get to work. Just I want it to be light longer.
Right?
Mhm.
Like I said, in the wintertime, when Eric clocks out at 5:00, well, by the time he gets home, it's almost dark anyway. So yeah, don't get nothing done.
Yep.
Avid is up to something. I don't know
He
if y'all
is.
have figured this out, but Avid's up to something.
Say hi to the people, Molly. Say hi to the
Hi,
people.
Molly.
Hi, Molly.
Can you paw? What is that?
What is that?
Hey, get her out of there.
Do it again.
She wants mom.
No. You stay over there.
She's trying to get up in my lap.
You
Hi,
big
Art
baby.
Waldman.
Hi, Ark Waldman.
Howdy,
She
Art
is-
Waldman.
Look at that lap dog.
You're too big for that.
Pretty.
She knows there's a box of pizza up here, and yeah.
She's wiggling her way up there more and
She's my
more.
little princess.
She's gonna get you with that tongue one of these times.
Yes.
All right, Molly, we got to figure out how to
Okay,
get you
go on,
down
girl.
safely here.
She's like,
"Go away."
no.
Come on, Molly. Come on. Nope. Go hound dog somewhere else.
No,
Nope.
big baby.
Get red bones, they said. It'd be great, they said.
You got dog hair all over the computer.
Dog hair all over me and
Probably all over me too.
Aw, she's so sweet.
yeah, she is.
She has her moments too. You're rotten, aren't you?
Yeah, but usually at least she listens.
Why you
Until
keep
she doesn't
looking at
want
me?
to. and then-
She is a big dog.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Lisa, Lisa doesn't like listening to the coon dog out back of ours when he gets wound up. But you know what she
You don't
tells me
either.
she wants all the time now? A basset hound.
Oh my.
Them's just as bad.
Yep.
I'm kind of
they're
over that.
worse.
I'm kind of over that now because I was talking to someone at work, the SRO at work, and he said, just coming from a basset hound owner in the past, they are a lot of work. He
Mhm.
said you have to keep them clean, otherwise they stink terrible. But
Yes.
then you can't wash them too much because their skin gets dry.
Eric's mom had a basset hound.
He said they are a lot of work.
Yep.
I like my hound dogs. I enjoy listening to them beller though.
Not when it's time to go to sleep.
They're just serenading me to sleep.
Uh-huh.
It's a lullaby.
That's not what you said the other night when you was yelling at him.
I like my boss dog. My
Boss
little
is
Jack.
cute.
Uh-huh.
My little Jack shit.
He's
Yep.
a pretty good dog. We're afraid to bring him anywhere because he'll pee on people. Yeah. He's not a bad dog. He's a good dog. He loves people.
But he's going to mark
when
his
he
territory.
gets excited, he'll pee on, not on everybody, but he'll
Single out
few.
someone
Yeah.
and he's going to mark them.
Oh, that's funny.
Otherwise, we take him places with us, but
Hey, there's Hugo.
Yeah.
Homestead.
Hi, Huga.
Hey, welcome in.
Homestead.
Yep. We had a male ribbon we used to have. He would pee on everybody's tires that would pull in
Numerous times.
times. Buddy of mine, he came in to borrow our
Aw.
log splitter and he pulled in with a 16-foot tandem axle trailer and he went around, peed on every truck tire and then peed on every trailer tire. He's like, because that's 8 tires. He goes, how much did he have?
Squeeze some
I
more
know.
out.
I was
I
like-
don't know how much this little dog has in him. I mean, he's just walking all over the yard, lifting his leg on every little limb, every little
Mhm.
twig in the yard, every tire. And I'm like, how much you got in you?
And then
boy?
he'll come in, go to his water bowl, and he will drink it dry twice.
He's got to reload.
I remember
And then
Possum
he's
one
ready to go
day.
back out.
And then he's ready Okay, Dad, I'm ready to go back out.
I remember I pulled in one time. Tina was out of the shop when I got home from work, so I pulled in over by the shop, and I'm sitting there in Possum. He comes over, pees on the front driver's side tire. I'm like, really? So I got out. Well, he went over, started peeing on a burn barrel. I walked over and I rewatered that tire. The dog looked at me like,
Really?
walks up, stops what he's doing, puts his leg back down, walks over me, just keeping eye contact the whole way. Hikes his leg and rewaters the truck tire.
They basically had a pissing contest.
He won because I was out.
Wanda says she has a German Shepherd and a mini Dachshund. Wanda, our daughter and son-in-law and granddaughters has a mini Dachshund, however you say it. And,
It's a mini Vienna sausage dog.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
she is a naughty dog. She is bad. Her name's Rosie, and she is bad.
She is a bad dog.
She is into everything all the time, and she's just so bad. She don't potty in the house or nothing, but she is into everything.
Yeah.
But the girls also have a pet bunny rabbit, and they turn it loose inside the house.
And his name is Max.
Max the bunny.
He's a tiger-headed lop or something like that. He's so pretty. And yeah, they let him loose in the house.
Lion-head.
Lion-head. Okay. Lion-headed lop. He's really pretty. Yeah. They love their Max and Rosie. And then they just have a mutt dog. Then she's old, and her name's Prim.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my mom used to have a dachshund, and it was supposed to be her dog, but he wound up being my dog, and he'd always sleep in my bed with me. He'd crawl underneath the sheets and sleep down by my feet.
Ooh, poor dog.
Poor dog.
Yeah, see, even Tony's correcting you. Dachshund.
Okay.
Dachshund. What are you?
Dachshund.
Did you take too much cold medicine?
Don't wink at me.
Oh, that's funny. But anyway.
Man, I think I got some sun today.
So I was thinking I got a little bit, but not
Get it
too
sitting
much.
in the house.
My skin's dry though. I need to drink more water.
Yep.
The beagle, her name was Rosie.
Oh, that was me.
Oh, my honey baby is so good.
Hot
So
dog.
Yeah.
So we
Anyone
talked
need a
last week.
woman?
I can't hardly handle the one I got.
I think mine's broken.
Oh
You
goodness.
broke
I
me
think
if
they
I
need
am.
to just go harass each other and we can go fishing.
That's right.
What happened to Angler April Angler?
Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't happen this year.
That
Yeah.
happened this year. We
We
had
got
fun with that
busy.
last year.
Yeah, April came and we never even gave it a thought. Been so busy.
I was gonna say this whole year's been that way.
I know it. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like everybody's just
16
been busy.
dogs attending
We'll
a
try again next year.
rescue shelter or drop off.
Wow.
Yeah, we
16
understand. Like I
dogs.
said, yeah, it gets busy and time gets away from you.
Night,
Mhm.
Xander.
Oh my. That's
Night,
a lot of
Xander.
dogs.
Alexander, thanks for coming in.
Want to go fishing?
Says I want to go fishing.
I want to go fishing.
I haven't been fishing in forever, other than in the stock tank.
Stop it.
And you got good fishing like right there by you.
Well, come
Just don't
yeah,
have time, right?
yeah.
Well, I'm the
definitely.
same way.
And then starting in May, it's terrace season, and the creeks are full.
Been a rainstorm thing here this year. It has.
Did you
been.
say terrorist?
Tourist, terrace, same name.
Same thing.
I don't even know where that's at, Rhonda.
They come on vacation
Toledo
and
Bend
leave on
Lake?
probation.
Are you gonna be at Toledo Bend Lake this year? I not. No,
Never heard that one.
no. We'll be
Complaining about turtles.
as of right now. The only ones that are on tennis and modern plans is Tin Killer, then
Ozark,
Ozark, and probably maybe Pine Tree,
Cone,
Pine Cone, Pine Derby,
Pine
Pinewood.
Needle, Pine. Something pine there.
Pine Cone Fest,
That's it.
72
Louisiana.
Fahrenheit, Central Arkansas now.
Louisiana. Man, that's a long ways
Yeah.
away.
I was gonna say
There's
I just
73
looked it
degrees
up,
right
it's
here.
between Texas and Louisiana.
East, we're about a half a mile north of Arkansas line, and yeah,
185,000 acres
72.
of the largest man-made body of water.
73.
Really?
Yep. So what
our
this
water's
thing
already gone
says,
back down.
Right now it's sitting probably just right about normal-ish, what it should be.
We usually flood in May, and this year was a little early.
Normally we usually wind up Elk River, we get 2 good floods, which usually works out because one kind of dislodges everything, and then the other one washes everything on down to
Oklahoma.
Grand Lake. And last year, I think one had was it last year
There's
one had one
Evelyn.
flood.
Welcome in, Evelyn.
Hey Evelyn, welcome in, welcome in.
Don't
Hi,
apologize.
Evelyn.
We know.
So
Toledo Bend. There's no need to be excusing yourself. I didn't even know what it was at all. I've never even
Yeah.
heard of it.
Mm-mm.
Hi, Evelyn. And Ace was asking what the temp. It's 75 here. It's normal
Warmer
for
there
this
than it
time
is
of year.
here.
Yeah.
Yes, you are. Do you know Trey, our Louisiana Life?
Evan says it's flooding where he's at. Tina, your hair is looking beautiful. Yeah, she went and got it
Oh,
did earlier
I
this
got
week.
it did.
She got it did.
It's spring. It needs blonde.
I need to get mine did.
I told him I wanted it nice and I wanted it sassy, but we can't have wild colors or nothing. So
Tina won't let me do her hair.
absolutely
Are you
not.
talking about colors other than normal hair colors?
Yeah, we can't have normal, or we
You
can
want to be a
only have.
troll doll?
No, I don't want to be a troll doll. That's a little much. I'll look like Jessica.
Oh, and maybe do like some mossy oak colors.
Not.
It's all
That
natural.
looks snotty.
Then you'd look like if you got mossy color, mossy oak color,
You just have camo hair.
then you'd
Yeah.
look like a sloth. I mean, they have moss growing on them.
Oh goodness.
That's Lisa's always like, I want to hug a sloth. I'm like,
Have you
just
seen
go
the
out there and hug a
closet
rock. It's the same thing.
Oh, we got a girl at work. She's scared to death of sloths. So they creep her out. So we always have to get pictures of sloths and everything else. One of the girls we downloaded Sheen or Temu or something and finding all kinds of like shirts and hats and stickers and socks that had sloths on them.
Hey, they had sloth socks down there at that hardware store we went to. They had everything. Yeah. One of these days you go down there with us. It was fun.
Well, it won't be next weekend
Nope.
or the weekend
Or the
after.
weekend after.
So
For sloths.
5 Celsius
right,
here. I
Yeah,
gotta convert that,
man.
but my phone's on the being camera-fied. So, yeah, love you forever. You look like a sloth.
Angie, that's one, Angie.
Oh goodness.
Tony, come get your wife.
When you get her like one of them like sloth onesie things with the hoodie on it.
Tomorrow's supposed to be 84 degrees. See, it's a good thing I made you work today and not tomorrow.
We got to work tomorrow too.
Well, yeah, true.
Well, yeah, true. So,
Well, you got the most of the hard stuff done. Yes, today.
then I still got to finish up that wood pile, and I'll make Jamie weed eat though. He can do that. He's a big boy. He can.
Panda bear.
Oh, I love you too, Angie. I can feel the love. Can you feel the love tonight?
And see, we won't have to worry about getting copyright struck on that. So,
Hey, if we do, we deserve it.
That won't be the end of the
yeah.
Hey, we'll brag about it. Man,
Heck
we
yeah,
we
would.
sang it so good they gave us a copyright strike.
Exactly. Everyone remember the 24th is Dale's birthday.
Hey, that's better. Yeah, let's take the 24th. No, because then I'll be around all these crazy people.
We might have to go eat Mexican food and get saying happy birthday to.
Nope, I'm not going nowhere.
Oh.
and have some cake afterwards. Was it cake?
Dana says she's gonna behave herself this year. She's not gonna do that,
Doesn't mean the rest of us won't.
right? Oh, he corrected it.
14th is Dale's birthday.
I quit having those.
Oh no,
You don't get to quit.
you're gonna be 50 this year.
I am not going to be 50.
I had to sit there and think about that for a second. I was like, wait a second. He's younger than I am. Then I'm not going to be 50 this year.
He's gonna be
Well,
48.
You sure about that?
I am positive.
Let's see. I don't have to worry about being mine till September. There ain't no get together said, so we're good. What y'all want to be? Be 50 yet.
I don't have to worry. Mine's in November.
You'll be 53.
No. 2? Don't push it any farther than what it already is.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Okay.
1973.
Snapchat picture of that.
What do you?
Not
So
2.
You want to see the cutest principal there ever was?
I already
That'd be
did.
big
She's
if I-
cute. Isn't that
oh,
awesome.
love it.
I seen her
Here
sleeping
she
on the
is.
way home.
Oh,
Said she
here,
went home.
here, hold on. Nana's got a better one.
Aw.
Her
That's
mama bought her a
awesome.
little pantsuit because she got to be principal for a
She got to
day.
be principal for a day.
That's awesome.
And her pops, her dad's father, is the principal of the elementary school.
So her grandpa
So-
from her dad is the principal of
yep.
the school. So she got to hang out with grandpa all day.
Heck yeah.
So she has Papa, and then she has a pops.
Tony says I'll be 64 and proud of it. We're very proud of it.
Absolutely.
That's what my dad says about being 70.
Duncan Family Farm says, I
He's
think
like-
Dale just needs a hug.
No,
I'll give you one. Oh.
thanks, honey.
Thanks, honey.
Wasn't any sarcasm in that event.
These cheeks are
Oh,
turning
she
to
thought.
sugar.
I mean,
She
she
did.
thinks she's the stuff now.
Uh-huh.
She's decided now she wants to be
She wants to be a principal,
principal
when she grows up.
Aw, that's cool.
Yep.
You know, next week it'll be a veterinarian.
Hey, you know, when I was little, I wanted to be a ditch digger. So
And
She's got
Aubrey
better
said
goals
that
than I
she worked hard.
Wanted to be a ditch digger.
She worked hard being a principal.
Yes, she did.
Heck
That's
yeah.
awesome.
And this was the end result.
That was the result.
Like,
Worked her too hard.
She told her mama, "Hi, Kelly."
Hi, Kelly.
Like,
She
Kelly.
told her mama, "Now I know why Pops is so tired all the time."
Yep.
I seen another one pop in here a minute ago. LG Woodworks, welcome in.
Hey, howdy. Welcome in.
Oh, now you can hear him barking.
It's got something treed.
Hey, there's Tony.
Well, hello, Tony.
Where?
Tony's right here. He heard you talking about him.
Hug. Run.
Yeah.
I've been talking to him and about him this whole live. Where have you all been?
I haven't seen him in the comments
They're right there on the
He's been there
screen,
for-
honey.
until now.
Oh wait, you can't read that
I
up there on
can't
the
read
screen.
that bar. I have to sit here like that.
You need to get her some glasses.
She has them. She won't wear them.
I can't see without him.
Well, apparently neither can Lisa.
I say my sister kept. I got in the car because I can drive without my glasses, and I thought, well, I got a pair of sunglasses. I'm gonna put them on while I was going to my sister's house. And she kept texting me, and I pulled over, and then it's like I have to keep switching back and forth, and it's like, "Are you done? I'm coming over. You can talk there." I can't text and drive, and I can't see either. So
Angie, I wanted to be a meteorologist. I'm too afraid of all the weather.
Yep.
only we can control it.
No.
I could see Angie being like that meteorologist girl from Mean Girls, standing out in the rain. There's a 70% chance of rain today.
I haven't seen that in a long time. What
Yep.
was it we watched last night? We watched an old movie.
Mr. Bounty is
Oh, we
here.
watched
Steven.
Coward of County.
Coward of the County with Kenny Rogers.
And then what was the other one? I don't remember. It was another Kenny
It
Rogers.
was another,
It had him and Travis Tritt in it.
and Naomi Judd.
Yep.
Lost. I don't remember the name of it.
I don't either. But it was a good
Lost Diablo or something like that.
one. I don't remember, but it was a good one
It
too.
was good. After we said
Not
we were
us.
going to
We
bed
sat around
early.
and watched Criminal Minds SVU or
I see that stuff at work.
Or How to Get Away
I
with
always
Murder.
tell them who did it at the
like
beginning, and
that.
then it's no fun.
what, Angie? I can't wait to hang out with her again.
I know. We're
No,
gonna
it
be
wasn't The
neighbors.
Gambler, but that's another good movie, Lori.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a western. It was, like I said, Travis Tritt and Naomi Judd,
Well, you
Stacy
said-
Keach
Yeah.
was in it.
They said Western, so we lost Dale. He's like, I'm out.
He's innocent.
She got
Just
you
like you and
fooled,
me.
Wanda. The four of us know the truth.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I will, Avid.
Boots and Bounty
I think
Homestead.
Angie's innocent.
Well, there's Miss Jan.
Let me move over.
Simply Jan Homestead. She's late, but she made it. That's what
Hi,
matters.
Jan.
Yep.
Hi, Jan.
We have to
We
watch.
went fishing the other day too.
Yeah. We watch we're lurkers on Friday nights because usually Friday night is I take Nana for date night. So we're not like interacting in a bunch of lives.
We had date night. We went to Lowe's, Harbor Freight,
Dr.
It's
Fly.
not a date
Tractor
unless you go to
Supply.
Harbor Freight.
and Arby's.
Liberty, Layered, Hideout, hi all from Kansas. Guess what, Liberty? We're from Kansas too.
We're across the line from Kansas.
Yes,
And
we are
south.
from
And south.
Kansas. You're welcome,
There's
Angie and
Russell.
Tony. That is not nice. That is not
Look at
nice
Tony.
at all.
See, Tony, he speaks the truth.
Mm-hmm.
That is not
I know,
nice
Jesse
at all.
was yelling and squealing at the Red Wasps today.
Just pray, everyone, for Tony. After he spoke that truth, though.
Uh-huh.
He did not. Not my sweet Angie.
Yeah, that's even worse. We're going to be neighbors with him.
Wanda.
We are. From Tawanda.
Tawanda.
That's just a few hours from us.
Actually, yeah,
it's
about an hour and 45 minutes straight east of there is
Yep.
where we're at.
Ah. Cool.
But no, neighbor's dog's not down there with the rest
My
of them.
friend
He's up
that
here.
I work with used to live in Tawanda when she was in high school.
Well, he's got something for sure, ain't he?
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't know if y'all can hear my dog.
We can't hear him.
can't hear him. They're in the holler, got something treed.
We better go get it for him.
Yeah, go
Oh,
knock it out of the
Them
tree for
hollers
him.
are like that.
And
Tony is full of lies, all lies he hasn't made.
No lie for us for the next 2 weeks. Huh.
She's gonna be out fishing some more, ain't you?
Wasp spray.
Jan
I
won't
just-
be live for the
He
next
knew
2
what
weeks.
she
The
was
next
like
2
when he married her.
I just keep a little spray bottle for Tina and water, just squirt her, just psh, psh.
I have mace.
Oh, Janae had to bring it up.
I don't know. Mm-mm.
I hear them.
Oh.
Yeah, the neighbor's dog here. That's one thing Eric said if we did move, what are we gonna do? Because Rocky's like part of the family now, and he doesn't even belong
Take
to
him
us.
with you.
So
You gonna
Jay said,
steal the
"Whatever
neighbor's
we-
dog and take him with you?
He's here more than he's home. But he's a good dog.
Yeah, he is.
My
He's
neighbor's
just big.
dogs don't come to my house.
Boy,
Not
he does.
anymore.
If they come to our house, it's usually a one-way trip.
He's a good dog though. He don't, yeah, and he's fixed.
It was funny. He was riding around with his Kyle, the neighbor that owns him, and you see him going up the truck heading home, and it
He's
wasn't.
out the window.
He's looking out the window, and then he can tell as soon as he got out up there because he comes running
he
down
come
the
running
road,
down
just
the
that
hill.
bushy tail just wagging.
He's like, hey, I'm back.
That's too funny.
Usually about this time of year is when he starts hitting their farm pond because he always got to go stops and go swimming before he comes down to visit.
Yep, Liberty, that is where she went to high school at too. Circle
Jan
High
says,
School.
Please keep my sister in your prayers. She has 2 aggressive cancers raging through her body.
Oh, we
Oh,
will,
goodness.
Jan.
Oh my.
Definitely
do.
praying.
I'm gonna write that down now.
Yeah.
Although, Rocky, your breath stinks. You're breathing on me.
Man, I can't believe you just told Eric his breath stinks on live.
Rocky, not Eric. He's not over here breathing on me.
Okay, Wanda. Well, I think we'll probably be
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Dipping
I wasn't
out
sure if
soon
Johnny's
because-
coming on live tonight or not.
7:00.
Is he? Well, yeah, we better be getting off here then.
Yeah,
So everybody can go over and
chilling with the Gillums
chill
and
with the Gillums. Tell them Raney Ridge sent you. So
Hey,
Always
there's
have fun
Narrow
watching
Farm.
Hi, Ricky. Yeah, so go Gillum Farms. He's gonna
Yep.
have so those of you who are trying to improve your channel, wanting to start a channel, stuff like that, he's having channel help.
Yep.
woohoo,
Yep.
he's doing that again because that's been
Yep.
awesome.
Yep, he's
We didn't
5
know
minutes.
about all the tags and stuff to put in there, and it's helped. So we've been
Ricky, are
pretty
you gonna
tickled.
make it to 10 Killer?
5 minutes. All right. Thanks, Tony, for keeping us up. Bye, Angie.
Bye.
Bye, Angie.
Bye, Angie.
We'll see you in a few minutes.
Bye, Rhonda. Thanks so much for coming
Bye,
in.
Rhonda.
It's nice to see everybody. And like I said, we're going to head on over to Johnny and Christine's. Or is Christine back in town?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
Last I knew she was home, but
I didn't get in a lot of lives at all this week. So I've been kind of out of the loop.
But I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up here. That way everybody get a minute or two, go get a drink of water,
Potty break.
and get over to
yep, that's
the
the
old family
April one.
farm. So, Dale, Lisa, love you guys. Thanks for coming.
Love
Love
in.
you.
guys.
No.
Everybody else, we love you all.
2
Th-
weeks. 2 weeks.
Thanks for coming in.
2
and spending
weeks.
your last couple hours with us. We love you guys so much.
Yep.
And
Enjoy the springtime.
we'll see everybody we see at 10 Killer.
Woohoo.
Bye, guys.